Right. Let's just get a bit of space to start. Feet about hip width apart, toes pointing slightly out. We're going to squat down nice and low, stretch up nice and high. So just full range of movement, getting the body moving, waking up the whole body. Don't worry about getting loads of reps done. Just keep it slow and controlled. Make sure you get nice and low into the squat, really stretching up high on that reach. Let's get everything woken up before we get into the main workout. Nice and controlled, full range of movement. Getting the body's ready to work. And relax off after your next rep. Gonna lunge in, twist over that front knee, and just alternate the leg you're stepping into. So get nice and low on the lunge, fully rotate, point in the chest whichever way you're turning. So we've got that full rotation in there. Gently working through those. Same rules, don't worry about the reps. Focus more on that full range of motion. So as you rotate across, you turn into point your chest whichever way you're turning. Getting that nice stretch into the midsection as well as the legs. Working through those. Nice big rotations. Keeping those going, nice and under control. And just even out, so you've done the same amount on each side. Next up, we're going to start feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Put a little bend into your knee. What I want you to do is roll forward, plenty of bend in the lower and upper back down to the floor, standing up into a Y shape. Just keep these slow and controlled. You're dropping your head really low, then stand up straight. Don't want to rush through these, make yourself feel lightheaded. Just slow, controlled to the floor, up to standing. Finishing in that nice Y shape, stretching up the core, getting some movement through the lower and upper back. And then we've just got one more stretch to go after this before we go into the glute work. Oh dear. Keeping those going. And last couple on those. And then relax off at the top of your next rep. Last one we're going to do. Arms out straight, you want your chest forward and shoulders back. You draw those arms back, turn the palms up, and just alternate that top hand. Vary the heights a little bit. We want some of these going higher, some of these going lower. There's a lot of fibers in the chest and shoulders that we want to get moving before we start. Just getting everything moving. And final few. And relax off there. So for the glute workout, we're going to start off on the mats. Usual starting point with our bridges. So just aside nice and early, if you're going for that regular version, in the sit-up position, pressing from there, squeezing the glutes. Or if you want to go for that more advanced version, on the hands, going for that full body bridge. So get your position in either way, get yourselves ready. And we're going to go straight into those. 3, 2, 1, and we go. Pressing through those heels, driving the hips up to that top point and squeeze. Same control whether you're in your regular or advanced version. And just remember, if you feel that lower back doing a lot of work, take your feet a bit further away from yourself. If you're feeling a lot of strain in your calf muscles, bring your feet closer to yourself. Just adjust that positioning till you find the perfect spot that you've got it all in the hamstrings and glutes. Remember, every time at the top, really squeeze those glutes and empty your lungs at the top. Looking for high quality reps, not just trying to rush through as many as possible in the time limit. So hold that squeeze, hold that breath out, and then control your way down. Keeping those going. And I'm going to relax off from those in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go for our single leg variation now. So I drop down into the regular version if you were doing the advanced. Leave one foot on the floor, cross the other leg over, and that foot on the floor, bring it in line with the spine so it's in the center of your mat. And then it's the same movement, pressing through the heels, squeezing the glutes. If you start to really struggle, you can put your hands on your hips and keep your elbows on the floor, and then push up through the hands as well. Just remember those rules from before. If you feel that lower back taking a lot of strain, your foot's too close to the body. If you feel the calves doing a lot of work, your foot's too far away from the body. So just find that perfect positioning. And same rules, slow and controlled. Big squeeze in the glute at the top of every rep. Gently breathing through as we work. I'm going to swap over, exact same on the other side in 3, 2, 1. Swapping over. Exact same rules, exact same positioning. Working off that other leg. If this is your weaker side or your less confident side, it might feel a bit awkward now with the coordination. So just take the first few really nice and slow. And remember, you can pop those hands on the hips, keep the elbows levered into the ground for that extra bit of boost to get to the top of each rep. Still getting that really big squeeze at the top. I want you to focus on squeezing, emptying the lungs, and then controlling down. Don't just bounce through reps. It's all about getting as much as possible from every single rep. Final 10 seconds or so. Don't rush your reps. Keep them controlled. For 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Next one, we're going to want to be in a side lying position. Hips stacked, knees stacked, feet stacked. And try and get a 90-degree angle at the back of your knee. From here, brace yourself with your hands. Keep yourself nice and sturdy. And what you're looking at doing is opening the knees as wide as you can, lift it up and out. All while keeping the heels close together. They don't have to be touching, they've just got to be close together. So you're always keeping that angle at the back of the knee, lifting up and out. Keep that upper body braced so it's nice and steady. You want to feel this on the outside of that top glute. It feels a little bit more difficult to feel that muscle working and to get a good squeeze. Just try and hold that top point, pushing against the barrier of where your flexibility will let you get that squeeze in the glute every rep. Keeping those going. I'm going to swap it over in 3, 2, 1. Quick the other side, exact same positioning. Feet, knees, and hips all stacked. Hands used to brace the upper body.
All right.
No worries. And that movement going. Heels stay close. Lifting that knee up and up to the side. Gently working through, breathing nice and controlled. Final 15 seconds. For 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Final one we're going to do before we get onto the main workout. We just lie nice and flat to the floor. Cross the arms to support your head. Turn your toes out, heels in. And this last one is just pushing the hips into the floor with a long, slow breath out. Squeeze those glutes as hard as you can, dragging the knees and feet off the floor. Hold the squeeze, breathing out for as long as you can, and then relax. Might take more than 5 seconds every single rep, so don't worry about doing these quick. Just really focus on that big breath out, push the hips into the floor, squeeze the glutes as hard as you can, and then relax. Keeping those going. Final couple of reps. Make sure you're not rushing them. And I'm going to have you relaxing off in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Shake the legs off a little bit, catch your breath, and then we'll get ready for that main leg workout coming up next. Grab your drinks you've got them with you, but just stick with gentle sips. Don't really want to take huge gulps and then get into a workout. Starting position for our leg workout is going to be out in a sumo stance. So feet about double your hip width apart, toes pointed twice as far out as you normally would. And we're just going to go with regular sumo squats to start with. So dipping down nice and low, pressing through the heels, squeezing the glutes at the top. Let's get you ready. We'll start on those in 3, 2, 1. In you go, regular sumo squats. Make sure you're dipping nice and low, getting the hips right down the level with the knees, Pushing through your heels, not through the toes. We've just done all that glute work, so still squeezing those glutes at the top. Make those glutes do a lot of work. That's our focus, getting the glutes involved as well as the hamstrings and quads. What we're going to look to do is do a minute of work, breathe for 20 seconds, and then move on. Keeping those going. 20 seconds longer. Just like with all the stuff so far, don't worry about how many reps you're getting done. Focus on the quality of the reps you're doing. That's what we're a lot more interested in. 3, 2, 1. Relax off. Next one, feet hip width apart in your regular squat stance. We're going to do half squats. So all the way down, only halfway up. All the way down, only halfway up. So just the bottom half of your squat movement. So in 3, 2, 1, in we go. Half squat. So just that bottom half, all the way down, only halfway up. All the way down, only halfway up. Keep pushing through the heels. Keep the breathing controlled. Keep the back nice and straight. So we're keeping those legs under constant tension. Keep working through, you're over halfway. Want to start feeling that burn building up in the legs. Staying nice and low, you're in your last 10 seconds. Gonna have you relaxing off in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Next one up. It's gonna be alternate curtsy lunges. So stepping round and behind your leg, dipping down, swapping over. All about bringing that leg round and behind, dip down, press back to the middle. And we're gonna be getting into those in 3, 2, 1. In we go. Curtsy lunges. Swapping that front foot each time. Remember, it's always the leg at the front that does the pressing work. That leg at the back is just for balance and to manipulate the angle of your glutes. You're stepping round and behind, dipping low, pressing up to standing through that front foot, and then alternating which side you're stepping. If you're really struggling with balance, you might find you're not taking a long enough step, so try and put more distance between your feet with each rep. Over halfway. Gonna have you relaxing off from those in 3, 2, 1. Relax. Next up is gonna be frog squats. The regular squat stance position, you're gonna squat down, keep the chest low, straighten your legs, drop back to the squat, stand up and squeeze the glutes. It's down, RDL up, down, stand up. 3, 2, 1. And we go straight into those. So squatting down as usual, keep the chest low, straighten the legs, drop back into the squat, stand up, squeeze the glutes. You'll know you're doing these right if when you keep the chest low and straighten your legs, you feel your hamstrings scream at you. That's what we're looking for. We're switching the tension from the hamstrings to the glutes to the quads, working through all those big leg muscles, making them all do plenty of work. Just try and keep your breathing control on these because there's quite a lot to think about before. What you don't want to do is hold your breath. Still breathe normally and still focus on quality, not quantity of reps. Final 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Relax. We've got Cossack squats next. So back into that sumo stance. What you're going to do is push your hips back, lean to one leg, let the opposite toes come off the floor, push all the way across, that foot flat, hips back, toes off the floor. So you're pushing from one side to the other, hips always going back. In 3, 2, 1, and we go. Working through those. Make sure you're wide enough in that sumo stance, otherwise your knees will get stuck underneath you. Make sure you're pushing those hips back. You might feel really tight on the inside of the legs. That's really common for those muscles to be tight, so don't worry if they do. It's all about getting those muscles moving. Halfway there. Controlling the way across side to side, always pushing those hips back, still pushing through the heels back to the center. As always, breathing's nice and controlled, not letting it get away from you, keeping your focus. 10 seconds to go before we get that short rest break before the next exercise. In 3, 2, 1, relax. It's going to slow the tempo right down this next one. It's going to be sumo stance walkouts. So feet double your hip width apart, toes pointing out wide. Keep the legs straight. You're going to walk down, pause, walk back in. All this time, keeping the legs out wide in that sumo stance. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Feet in that sumo stance, walking out, pause, walk it in. Try and keep your legs as straight as you can on the way out and the way in, but just add that little bend to the knee if you need to, really flexibility levels, all depending on how much of a struggle that is for you. 20 seconds gone. Twenty seconds left to go on these. And in 3, 2, 1, relax off there. We're going to finish off on a squat hold or a wall sit, depending on what areas you've got to work with. For both of them, you want hips down there level with knees, knees over heels, keeping the legs as still as you can, holding that tension. And you're going to get you into your squat hold or wall sit in 3, 2, 1. Drop down into that and hold. Breathing controlled, legs as static as you can handle, keeping that positioning, keeping that breathing, holding there. Keeping that hold, keeping that breathing. We're over halfway. Only doing this for 40 seconds, which means you've got 15 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1, relax off there. Get your breath back, shake your legs off. That's the first round of those gone. Going to go through one more round of those. What we're actually going to do is shorten the working times and shorten the rest times. Now that you know the form and your control, you can get into rhythm a bit quicker. So we're going to condense that second round a little bit. Going to do 40 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest between each set. And we'll start on those in about 30 seconds time. Again, gentle sips on your drink while you recover. Try not to go for big gulps. And let's get you ready. Starting off with those sumo squats in 3, 2, 1. Sumo squats to start. Regular sumo squats. Feet out wide, double that hip width apart. It's only 40 seconds of work now. If you can increase the speed without sacrificing any form, please do. If not, keep the focus on the form. Remember, we're still trying to squeeze those glutes every single rep. Ten seconds to go. Keep that tempo, keep that focus for 3, 2, 1. Relax. Regular squat stance. We're going for those half squats, so just the bottom half of your squat, all the way down, only halfway up. In 3, 2, 1. In we go. Half squats, just that bottom half of the movement. All you're looking for, bottom half of the movement only. Keeping that tension on the legs all the way through, never letting it rest. Still pressing through the heels, we're halfway there. Keep working, keep the legs working. For 3, 2, 1, relax. It's alternate curtsy lunges. So stepping round and behind that front foot, dip down, press up to standing, swap to the other side. In 3, 2, 1. And we go. Same rules, 40 seconds. Stepping round and behind. The leg at the front does all the work. That back leg's just for balance and manipulating the position of the glutes. So you're pushing through that heel on the front foot, back to standing, between each rep as you alternate legs. $15 seconds left. Three, 2, 1, relax. Get that regular stance. It's going to be those frog squats. Down, chest low, straight leg, drop down, finish the squat in 3, 2, 1. And we go. Down, keep the chest low as you straighten the legs, drop back to the bottom of your squat, stand up and complete the squat. Big squeeze in the glutes to the top of every single rep. Remember, you're looking to make those hamstrings scream at you. Ten seconds remaining. Working through those for 3, 2, 1. Relax. Stepping into that sumo stance. We've got Cossack lunges. In 3, 2, 1. Leaning across, push the hips back, raise the opposite toe. Push all the way across, hips back, lean into the opposite leg, raise the toe. Get into your rhythm. Working through those. Halfway there. Final 5 seconds. Going to be relaxing off in 3, 2, 1. Relax. We've got those sumo stance walkouts, starting with double your hip width apart. Walk into that long arm plank in 3, 2, 1. And we go. Walking out. Pausing your long arm plank. Walking back in. Keeping your legs as straight as you can handle on the way in and the way out. Just got to get through these before we look for that squat hold or wall sit to finish. Keep the effort. Final 10 seconds. Relaxing off in 3, 2, 1. Relax. Shake those legs off. Get ready for your wall sit or squat hold. We're going to go for a full minute on these. In 3, 2, 1. Wall sit or squat hold. You've got 1 minute to hold here. 60 seconds of keeping tension on the leg. Make sure hands are off your knees, hands are out your lap. You can use your arms to stick out for balance, but apart from that, you can't use them to help support yourself. But get that hold, get that position in. That's 20 seconds gone. We're a third of the way. $30 down, 30 seconds to go. Keep breathing, keep that hold. Legs should be burning at this point, screaming at you. $15 seconds left. Gonna have you relax off in 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake those legs off. Rinse, get some recovery time in. That is the lower body work complete for the session. Got an ab circuit that we're going to finish on. So I'll just give you a minute or so to breathe and recover. And then we'll blitz those abs to finish. What we're going to do with abs is we're going to run one longer circuit than usual. Still going to go from exercise A to B, and then finish on a plank. But what we're gonna do is go 45-second chunks, back to back. So it's one long 4-minute circuit, but we'll get you through it. So 2 movements we've got. Starting off is gonna be crunch thrusts. The way these work, lay flat facing the ceiling, sitting on the hands. You're gonna draw your knees to your chest and then kick up towards the ceiling, making sure those hips come up off the floor as you kick up. And then we're going to quickly swap into a long arm plank position, go for crossbody mountain climbers, so bringing those knees, aiming for the opposite elbow, running in rhythm. So let's get you ready. Going to start on crunch thrusts in 3, 2, 1, and we go into crunch thrusts. So draw those knees to the chest, try and kick the ceiling, make sure your hips drive up to follow your feet. Big breath out every time you kick up. But control your tempo. 45 seconds is a long time, especially while working the core. So you don't want to burn out too early. Keep a tempo you can work with for the full 45 seconds. Fifteen seconds left. Three, 2, 1. Crossbody mountain climbers, straight in. Nice quick transitions into that long arm plank. Mountain climbers, knees coming across the body, so you're aiming for your opposite elbow. Get into a rhythm, keep your breathing controlled, and again, make sure that's a tempo you can maintain for 45 seconds. No use going max effort for 20, then burning out for half of the round. Keep the tempo controlled. Keep the breathing nice and natural. 15 seconds to go before you're back on crunch thrusts. In 3, 2, 1. Back to crunch thrust. Straight in. Nice quick transitions all the time. Sitting on those hands, draw the knees to the chest, kick the ceiling. Make sure the hips follow the feet up. Big breaths out every single rep. Fifteen seconds to go. Keep working through, keep breathing. Back to cross mountain climbers in 3, 2, 1. Crossbody mountain climbers, straight in. Quick transition still. Don't want to waste any time changing between. Aiming for that opposite elbow, get into rhythm, get the breathing controlled nice and early. 30 seconds time, we're going to be looking for a short arm plank. So we forearms down and toes down, hips and shoulders level, hanging parallel above the floor. And now keep working through those crossbody mountain climbers. You've got 15 seconds. This plank will mark the end of the class, so all the hard work done. Get ready for that short arm plank. In 3, 2, 1. Down onto the forearms, hips and shoulders level. Squeeze that core. Keep your breathing natural. We're here for 30 seconds total. And that's 10 seconds of it gone. 20 seconds to hold this plank, and that's all your hard work complete for the evening. 15 gone, 15 to go. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. And in 3, 2, 1. Relax off there. Get your breath back, guys. Get some recovery time in. That's all the hard work done. Just going to give you a minute to breathe before we stretch off, and that'll be the class complete. Grab your drinks to rehydrate. Don't worry about the gentle sit rule anymore. That's all the hard stuff done.
Oh, poof. A bit.
Tough.
Yeah, got it.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
good.
Yeah.
So we'll just be maintenance stretch work. So it's more for muscle health and joint recovery. No, joint. Oh my God, muscle recovery and joint health. There we go. Got them in there. Off of that. So starting off, legs nice and straight, hips back, feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Push the hips back, let your head hang down, reaching for your toes. Big breath out. Reach for the ceiling, hips forward, weight on your heels, taking a slight backwards bend. And relax off there. What's next? Grab something for a bit of balance if you need to. And swap it over, same on the other side. And then relax from there. Pop one heel onto the opposite knee, gently drop down into a squat. You can either push that knee down or lift that foot up, or a combination of both to get a deeper stretch into that glute. And swap it. Same on the other side. Again, grab something for a bit of balance if you need to. And relax off there. Let's hug both arms out in front of you. Dip your head, arch your upper back, push your shoulders away from yourself, draw your body. And then hug both arms all the way around. Chest forward, shoulders back. Try and meet your elbows together behind your back. And shoulders, straight arm across your body, looking over the shoulder, stretching. And pop in, same on the other side. And finally, triceps to finish, hand on the back of the opposite shoulder, pushing the elbow to follow the wrist. And swap in, same on the other side. Pushing your elbow to follow your wrist, final stretch of this session. And then relax off completely there.